Good day, Commanders. Rocket here, back with another Watch Your Realms video for your all enjoyment. Today we're talking Guild Wars, Season 11, Round 3. A few things I want to talk about. The attacks, the defenses, as well as aborting your attacks or exiting the game mid-attack, and what it's doing for the game and how I think that should be changed. So I'll start off by saying we went against RoyalDragon, super elite guild. We faced them 2 gauntlets ago, and back then is when everyone was pretty much still running the Nightmare comps, the Piercer comps, Piercer with Talon, the Nightmare with Hats of Arrogance, or Ymrit preferably, some Ajax. But even back then, they were performing attacks flawlessly. They would do their shield dance in a way where their shield maidens would get extra steps in, and if you know what I'm talking about, those few extra steps make all the difference. Very much the similar fashion in this match. Flawlessly performed attacks. We'll get into that with some of the attacks on my defenses. So we've got some attacks left, but really just running out of people to attack. Their setups are so strong. Crazy strong defenses, crazy strong BP. Everything's A3, A5, A5 Toros, A5 Nays, A3 Nasals anyway. So kudos to them, hats off to them for continuing to farm and push, because they've clearly kept progressing. First thing I'll start with saying is they have used 148 attacks. Okay, we'll just go through these. You guys can pause, but I've already done the math. And the math is, it appears anyway, that they have aborted 5 attacks. I mean, it's happened to me once before, because something to do with an update on my phone or whatever, for whatever reason, it stalled out for so long, and then basically it just said that I was attacking that person even after I restarted the game, and it didn't give me the L. It didn't give them the win, and I was very surprised at that. I was, oh, the attack banner of shame, I called it. Somebody just had bad service, so I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but 5 just seems like a little much. And with those attacks, it especially with the guilds were our level of guild compared to their level of guild, when a strong guild attacks you, you like to see every attack so that you can see what these high BP affiliated demon soldiers can actually do. Because sometimes when you're testing it yourself, it looks like it works, but it doesn't. And if, not saying that was happening, but it would have been nice to see at least it should give you the win. If that happens, give them the loss, not just take the attack away. And that way you get to see what they were trying, so you can see the strats. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get into the attacks. So very far and few wins in between. this attack here. Now, luckily, I had all the heroes except for Beasley Bub. I didn't have Beasley Bub, but I kind of knew the gist of it. Although when I make a team like this, it's much lower. It's about 460,000 BP. So these ones, I got to go ahead and send off the Shield Maiden. Now, this Valesi and all the Valesis in these guys' comps end up hitting for like almost 200k. It's crazy damage. It almost seems like there's anti-heal in the team or something, but Valesi with no rage regen, and Ezreath needs to be killing units to give her that rage regen. There is a little bit of leeway in the time, and that's why I chose to attack these teams, although they were so much stronger than I had anticipated. And luckily, I have the level 7 Fiends, and you have to get your golden guards out before Valesi ults, because if she ults, she'll just destroy them, and her minions will chase those golden guards all the way to the portal, as you'll see in another attack. So get through, and the clock it's tight. So if you got bad RNG with Carnelian orbs, or if some of these Carnelians seem to be A5, so if you get some bad RNG with that, really tight. But I get the win. Super cool. Just look at the stats. So even Ezreath doing 20 million, that's pretty good, right? But all that damage is mostly to the Fiends, right? So that was cool. I was surprised to really get the wins that I did. What else we got here? MDK ends up cracking this one. Good old bookkeepers. I'm going to have to level up my bookkeepers a little bit more. It sure would be nice to have like level 7, just so that you know they can get the job done. Because where I'm at with level 3, level 4s right now, they just don't quite do it. Almost, but I mean, that's probably how the teams are designed, is so that the bookkeepers almost take them out. But when you mix them up, kind of bad RNG here, but when you mix them up with the Chaos Mage, they can be very, very effective. So, great use of the bookkeepers by MDK. That seems to be one of the best ways to deal with the Wukongs, because the stuns are just far too much. Especially when sometimes you can't just use beholders with your fiends. You need to stack them up with the beholders and the bugs, and then you're kind of lacking units. So nice win though. Nice win. Yeah, every one of these wins was tough. There was a way to beat each one, and if there was a way, we found it. But for the most part, it's just the gear difference between us is, it must be crazy, because I put my best gear on my A1 Valesi, and you can't augment it any further. Maybe a 0.2%, something like that. And I got her doing, with Ezreath as Lord, A1 Ezreath, and I got her doing 130k. So the gear difference is quite large. Now, this is the issue with having the placement near the portal with Nazal like that. When Nazal can't hit that back rank and there's no anti-heal in the team, that fool can just stay there and IRLS. Eventually, the Fiend is going to either double stack up like it's about to, or it's going to get good enough RNG where Brokir goes down. So Brokir's passive's already been triggered. And good old golden guards. Now, Nastya can destroy these golden guards, which wouldn't have mattered there, but... So that was a nice win. Nice win, but still a very strong team. Nice job, Inarius. Boy, with 2 wins there. Yeah, I mean, If you can here, why not? Behemoth the cat. So Anarius. Now the thing with these Lady A teams is now that the Emberfire Templars are out and you can't really use the Diao strat, people are all so worried about the Lady A that they will use the Emberfire Templar if they can. But the thing is you can kind of bait her passive where she deals cross map damage with the Beholders and then wait until it's done to send the spider. So there's some timing around it. And other than that, she just doesn't quite do enough damage. Like, I mean, she does a mighty amount of damage in a great way. But as far as like straight up like solo DPS, she can't handle the fiends. Especially when you're baiting her passive with the Beholders. So nice win, Anarius. Good job, man. MDK with another win on Neza Ireless comp. And it was pretty common to bomb these. He goes straight out and just sends it. And that's it for Ireless. No more rage regen. No more healing. Demi is probably, if I had a really cracked out Demi, I would run her with Valesi maybe instead of Ezreath. Try that out. But I don't have Demi. But yeah, this flyer just kind of comes through and does as the LG does. Sweeps through the map, sends off the dogs for good measure. Good job, MDK. Gets the W. Yeah, there sure was a shortage of the W's. That's for darn sure. Next attack. Did pretty much the same thing here. But this comp was quite a bit stronger than the last one. And it was close. Very surprised I got the win, actually. I probably had good RNG on the Fiends. But these magic tanks just, they really put, but look at that, right off the bat, they're doing 43,000 to the magic tank. That's big numbers for Valesi. But that magic tank dies just in proximity to my Fiend. And now the Fiend stacked up max. He's got a 10 stack, which he needed it because look, he's dead. Without that magic tank going down in his proximity, I don't think it would have worked. But it's almost like there's anti-heal in these teams. These Fiends die so fast. And there goes that Fiend. Now, I don't panic here. Normally, I'd panic and send the Golden Guards, but I send off the Magic Tank first because he's slower, and I know I'm fighting the clock here. And the Magic Tank is going to take all those hits. All those hits. Bisley Bub slow, just ends enough time. And he's still slowing that tank down. And secured the win. Ho, ho, ho. That was a good one. That was a good one. That's my fight of the night for sure. Yep. 2 wins. That's what I did. I went 2 and 3. 2 and 3. So it was a pretty big disappointment, to be honest. This whole match, wasn't a whole lot of good vibes going on. Yeah, Beeb with a dirty little swarm here. He did dirty little swarms a couple of different times. This particular strategy with no rage regen, Boreus, Nastya, and Neza on the team, you just bait the ults. You can just bait the ults. And he doesn't even use the speed demon here. He just sends off the Beholders. And Nazal's ult's done, and then the dogs are there too. And look at this. Look at this. Right through. Yeah. Oh, good job, Beeb. BB. And I mean, we tried to attack, but yeah, I mean, 560k for, and with Cyrus in the team. So with Cyrus and Carnelian in the team, with Ezrith, the lowest Lord BP, I'm pretty sure there is. And Beasley Bub is up there. Valesi's not that high. So that's crazy gear. Crazy gear. This, another one here. Beeb. This is the one, brings the speed demon in. Now they're using the Valara Cyrus instead of the Nastya. So, and Ireless. So you got that rage regen, so you need that speed demon. But kind of the same idea, you bait the ults and then you just send it. Watch this. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Oh, you're so good at that. I mean, anybody can get good at that, but it takes time and practice, and you got to set it up in the sandbar, all kinds of stuff, right? You got to take into account. So, great job there, Beeb. Great job. So, let's go into, or there was one more. Well, we'll go into a couple of my fails here. So, Mr. Lobster. Okay, so my whole idea behind this one was to get the win, right? I'm thinking I'm getting the win. Mari, I'm not even going to try to sniper because you never know what kind of crazy gears. There's a Northerner exclusive for Mari, so you can make her crazy HP. It's not like the Garnet. Doesn't matter. You might not even proc the orb, is what I'm saying. So I decide to use the Fool, but Mari just CCs that Fool so much, and I'm just kind of used to the timing. So yeah, I was like, wow, that's a problem. That's a problem. But the Fool's still there, and there's another Fool there to give another stack to my Fiend. But this Nasal is just so strong. And my Fiend, or my Fool, you'll see, doesn't really cast a whole lot of shields. So, and that Mari, just disappointing. And this one, it might even be best to do a swarm here too, just in between the Mari ults, because she can only target 3 units. So you send the 10 beholders and then the 3 dogs. That's 13. That's 10 that are getting through. That's 4. You might lose with a couple. It'd be a point or 2 probably, but I just have the worst luck with the swarms. So I tried to give it one more shot, but this time I'm thinking, oh, that's it. These guys are strong. These are strong teams. I'm just going to go for a couple points this time. So I'm probably not going to get the win, but we're going to go for a couple points. And I send off the Golden Guard right away, just to get through those Mari slows. And bait all the ults out. Hoping that Nazaw's ult doesn't come around fast enough, but she's actually got a bit of rage regen, which is not good, because here she's in ult again, and my Fools, they do a bit better of a job this time. And I just can't kill broke here. Can proc is passive. And then something happens with the timing here too, but I think at this point I'm just wanting to kill the tank, so I send the Golden Guard. Take that! Take that, Naza, and I just can't even kill Naza. Nastya's ult was ready anyway. Timer was getting pretty low. So, Mari, man. Mari, Naza, and Nastya throws out stuns as well. So, a lot of good CC in that team. And it was at this point I knew I messed up. Okay. We've got... Oh, yeah. Oh, this one. Toro A5s, man. They happen. They're surprising when they happen. But, I mean, if someone's serious and they got a reset book, and all of a sudden Toro becomes useful again like he is now with throwing his stuns around, yeah, you're gonna reset something or someone maybe and put him in Toro just for this season. So I go with Chaos Mage and Epic Archer. They do their job perfectly. Now, where I messed up is I affiliated my Fiends to like 110k because I wanted to make sure that my Chaos Mage and Archers could do that job to proc that first Toro passive. And there goes, oh, he's A5. And then I just don't get it back. And I think this Carnelian might even be A5 because I'm pretty sure that the orb, something happened there. I don't know. It should have worked. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't because of the Toro, but most of all because I didn't affiliate my Fiends with my highest PP because I'm pretty sure Chaos Mage Archers up to that point would have no problem. So, mistake by my part. I wasn't ever thinking about the Toro A5, so I was thinking, man, I got two Fiends, to kill them and get through the portal and then have the Golden Guard. So I thought I was good. Thought I was good to go. I was not. But I know there's a couple other really good attacks here. Yeah, and then our guys, some of them were attacking the bot guilds just because last time they attacked the bot guilds, they lost a couple. So they learned this time. They're learning. Maybe next time the guild leader will take the order off to... But, I mean, they just would have 0-0 chance against these guys. I mean, some of those are double taps, copies. This one here. This is it. Buddy here, Veil ending, brings in Malric. So... Yep, just a bait, get rid of that Naza ult, which sometimes doesn't even work if Wireless is in the team, but a couple of magic tanks, and they actually stand up really well against the Naza, especially if they're level 7. Now, that is what it is. Dirty little swarm. Naza ult. Now she gets her ult back too, man. That makes it so tough. But the 3 dogs just barely squeezed by. So, I mean, everything that happened there to throw Malric off his mojo, it all worked, man. It all worked. It's crazy things like that. That's it's tough when you're starting to just try different things like that. But when it works, oh, that's so sweet. That feels good. Okay, so now I had Toro set up here, and the Royal Dragons here kind of showed me the way, and now I use Malvera. So so crazy. Okay, so I get the first win against this guy here. My team performs exactly as intended. All the testing that I did and everything like that, exactly what happened. Although this guy has 100,000 more BP than me and level 9 fiends, but Valara can be very annoying here. Okay, that's exactly what she's designed to do, is take out the Fool and cut off the spiders from stacking, and then Boreus is the anti-heal, and Numera is the damage reduction. So this fiend's only hitting Cyrus for 70% damage, and it works very well. There she goes. Valara does it again. They take out Cyrus, but that'll happen with the amount of BP that these guys have. Probably 145,000 K Lord affiliated to these fiends right now. And dogs don't quite make it to court. So I was really happy with that. I was like, yeah, I mean, exactly as intended. Although I wasn't really expecting a win with that kind of BP. Okay, but then these guys basically do the craziest thing ever. So they send off the ice golem, and you're gonna notice that both Valara and Cyrus get inflicted with 3 stacks of Winter Bite within about 10 attacks. So, I mean, 10 attacks, you should have a 15% chance of having the 3 inflicted, right? And that's only if they're close together. If they're too far apart, one will wear out. So, the RNG, it's like it's 50%. And I mean, the Fiend, Cyrus almost does his thing. If Cyrus was a little stronger, this would have worked out almost. But yeah, this time they send out the golem. But I've tried it, and I can never freeze Valara. Never mind Valara, and I shouldn't say never. It happens, but just not very often. And I was quite disappointed with that loss. Can't really do much about it. But it is what it is. Okay, so... And then the other one was very much the same as the first attack. I was really hoping to go like maybe 3 and 4, at least get a few wins in. And again, Valara freezes. This time Cyrus doesn't freeze though. And everything's working out pretty well. Except my Nastya just can't kill that fiend fast enough. And the same kind of thing. So yeah, same kind of thing. Same kind of deal. Crazy RNG with freezing the Valars. And the Cyrus at the same time. So, these 2 attacks were exactly the same. So they go ahead. Now this strat is pretty much the go-to strat. Now, right at 9 cost, exactly at 9 cost, you place the beholders on the back line, and then at 6, the fiend on the front, and then 3 of the bugs. Now, they figured out the timing for where their shield maiden right here throws that extra shield, and because of that, the fool doesn't walk into Nazar's path right there, and survives long enough to throw these shields. And basically, with that shield, Nastya's doesn't stun the fiend. And because Nastya doesn't stun the fiend, Ireless can't heal up Cyrus enough, or Toro enough. And that's what happens. So just super, super crazy. I mean, I tried to replicate that attack. As far as that, the shield maiden throwing that 7th shield, or they get 7 shields, throwing that 1 extra shield there. But, and eventually, you know what? As just when I was thinking it was the impossible, I did it. I don't know if it was the Chomper attacking at a certain time, or getting stunned at a certain time, or something, or one of the spiders getting stunned. I don't know what it was, but it did eventually happen. So, super disappointing there. Yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have to say. GG RoyalDragon. No, I'm not disrespecting or anything like that. So, good game. Yeah, well done. All right, if you stayed till the end, as always, I appreciate your time. Thanks.